Will Mae be a Jedi? Is Ki-Adi-Mundi old enough to be my father? Was Kelnacca possessed? And did Toothy Sith Guy create the twins? There's a lot to find out this episode. We're going to break down a whole bunch for you all and discuss the implications of whether it's good or bad. But for now, let's just play this week's intro.
We're stuck here because of you. Me? I didn't do anything. Yeah, you. You just had to go run your mouth to the superiors, and now look at us. Okay. You can't blame me for that. Who's there? Anybody out there? Show yourself. There's nobody there. Alright, you take a look then. See? As I said, nobody. I swear I heard it. Oh, shit. That's not good.
Hey, boys.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of Bloore On Mandalore. I am your host, Jeremy Bloore. For those of you who are new here watching, we do new intros every single week. They kind of have a little bit of a storyline. These past few weeks have just been a little bit all over the shop. I've just kind of wanted to try things. But these 2 weeks, this week and last week, have been purely brand new cinematic style. That's what we're doing. We have a little bit of fun. I'm experimenting with a lot of stuff. So try it out with me. Tell me what you guys want to see as well. Remember, I'm limited to being a monkey with a singular brain cell. So be careful when it comes to all that stuff. Don't be like, oh yeah, by the way, Darth Vader walks through the door and force chokes you, makes you scream, Daddy! And then throws you to the side and ground pounds you like Shrek is love, Shrek is life. No, I can't do that. But what I can say is, hello and welcome. It's an insane episode that just dropped. Be that good or bad, the fan base is chopped in the fucking middle. Look, I don't care if you're a Disney stan or if you're an original trilogy / prequels, just George Lucas era style. That's a big group. That's a very big group. If you love the Disney Star Wars, if you love the old Star Wars, if you love both, guys, let's talk about it. Today's not going to be about the politics of Star Wars. No, I'm not talking about the Separatists versus the Republic. Or are we talking about the Empire versus the Rebels? No. We are talking about everything to do with Episode 4, Day. Look, the Acolyte so far has been surprising me. It actually has been. Look, 1 minute review of everything that's going on. Let's just say, find that on my Instagram. Oh, look what he just did there. You were going to get so excited. That's a plug. Go check out my Instagram. I put a little 1 minute review. It's actually after I've filmed this. Technically, I haven't done it yet. But then when you see it, it will have been done for days. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I can do stuff like that with the power of editing. No, guys, so let's get into takeaways for today. Look, I'm not going to bore you. I'm not going to rip your face off with all of these angry comments. No. I'm actually interested about this episode. I'm interested in also the implications of the decisions that have been made by Leslie Headland and Dave Filoni. Don't forget that Dave Filoni is a creative director for all of the Star Wars coming up. So our boy has had a hand in what could be the downfall of Star Wars, but it also could be a new wave of love for so many different people. It's wild. It's wild how split everyone is and how much everyone hates it. Look, if you're a review bomber, go fuck yourself. If you're a review bomber, watch the whole series before you go, I don't like it. Be that whatever fucking reason, okay? I'm gonna do a whole video on that, but like, be that whatever fucking reason, how about you just watch the show and make up your mind at the end? But for now, look, we land on Kafar. Qimir, Kafar, wherever you are. Nah, I did a little reel on that one. But Kafar is a really fucking cool planet, and it's actually... I've got to stop swearing so much. Oh, YouTube is going to demonetize me, even though I'm not being monetized at all because I've got 82 subscribers. I love all of you, by the way. All of you. 82 of you so far. As I'm filming this, I love you all. Thank you so much. No, but seriously, Kafar has been my favorite planet so far. Like... Oh, it kind of rhymed, mainly because it was the same word. But, yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. I mean, it's the classic, there's a light side and then there's a really dark side of the planet. It's very strong with the Force. Kind of reminds me of, like, if Endor and Dagobah just fucking went to town on each other and then just went like, here's a rotten, sexy swamp jungle place. And then we've got Kafar. Yeah, so absolutely loving that. I really want a lot more on Kafar, like ASAP. I wish that it was next Wednesday so that I could actually see it next Wednesday because I'm in Australia. But yeah, and the music on top of that, guys, it has been bang on. Like, so good. Genuinely, I actually like it. Look, you may not like it, you may like the series, but you can appreciate the music. At least appreciate the music. It's been phenomenal. This week was very like samurai-esque, and I am a massive fan of the samurai. Well, samurai genre, really. I can't just say the samurai. I mean, like this Darksaber is designed after a katana, the weapon of a samurai. Anyways, that's off the point. Look, guys, the Jedi Order are corrupt. Okay. Oh, by the way, I've got all my notes here. So any of you who are like, oh, what are you doing on your book? What are you doing? I'm reading notes because I have the memory of a goldfish and the face of handsome Squidward. No, but look, the Jedi Order is corrupt. They don't show the whole truth. Be that the whole Jedi Council or the High Council, right? So you've got in the High Republic different levels of being a Jedi. Of course, I mean, it's the same in the Grand Republic, but there's a little more to it. So Grandmaster, there's actually 3. So there are 3 Grandmasters that have been lied to in this. If not, they are the reason why nobody knows about this dark side Force user, be that Sith or not. And then you go down to the High Council. I mean, you have all of the Grandmasters in there. You also have some Masters that have been selected to be on the Council. These guys basically make the decisions. They talk with the Senate. They're really, I mean, they're the parents of the company. And then you get below that, you have the Masters, and then you have all of the Jedi Knights and Padawans and rada. Anyways, look, the point is, the Council has been lied to because they are corrupt in the way that they always want to refer to the Senate for all of their problems. They are more concerned with the politics of being a Jedi Council than actually being a Jedi itself. I mean, you can see the downfall later on in the actual Republic days where we see Yoda and, you know, he loses Dooku and Anakin and, it's the classic story, it's the prequels, right? But this is prequels to the prequels. And it's sowing the seeds to their defeat. Soon the Jedi will be corrupt. Now, I've got this quote here, okay? Now, this is from Dooku. About Yoda. But I've kind of, I've what do you call it? Paraphrased it a little bit. Surround yourself with corruption and you no longer realize its stench. The Jedi are losing their fucking marbles, all right? They are so worried about what all of the Senate and all of the people are going to think of them. They're not actually acting on what is meant to happen. And that is why they brought in Ki Alemundi. Am I upset that they brought him in? No, because I don't really give a frick frack about him. A fudge sticker. I don't... I'm trying not to swear. I don't care that he's been brought in, mainly because I don't like the guy. I don't like that dude. Bloody ballsack forehead looking dude. I hate him. I've never liked him. Oh, what about the droid attack on the Wookiees? Shut up, mate. Shut up. No one cares about you. The thing is, the hard part that everybody's trying to grapple with, it's like, it's eating them up as Star Wars fans. Like, I know this. I remember what he said. He said, there haven't been a Sith for 1,000 years. Now, brother, you've just heard about a dark side Force user killing off all of these Jedi, and you're not reporting it to the Council. And yet later on, you're trying to cover your tracks and say, oh, yeah, no, there was no one. Nothing happened. For sure, nothing happened. That's where everyone's got this contention. Beyond the fact of his age, okay? His age makes sense. Ki Alamundi was, 63 years old in Legends. They had never specified a date of his birth. How old the Saurian species, that's his species, how old they can get to. Look, is it a bit iffy? Yeah. You've got pre-existing concepts and ideas. You can bring them in. If it works, it works. Why are you trying to change it? Yes, I've got a little bit of a contention with that. Sure. But I've only got a contention with that because that is what everybody thinks they need to rewrite something. Like, oh, let's invent the new wheel. If it works, it works. Put it in there. Now, yeah, okay. That aside, I'm not actually a hater of what they've done. Basically, they've given us an ability to be able to see a clear progression of the corruption of the Jedi. Is it the best? Probably not. But is it what we've got? Yeah. Does it make sense? It actually does. And I'll tell you why. Because just because you're a Sith doesn't mean... just because you're a dark side user doesn't mean you're a Sith. The Sith is a religion. It's a religious cult. It takes over your actual ideas of using the Force. A dark side Force user uses elements of the Force in ways that they're twisting the Force with them. Because the light side is allowing the Force to flow through you. Oh, not down there. And then you've got the dark side, which is like, let me twist it and bend it to manipulate it to my will. Like, So you're not actually going to be a Sith, a Sith if you are a dark side user. That is beyond the point. Yes, it all makes sense, but they've muddied the waters. They've muddied the waters big time here, buckaroonies. Mainly because they just want to. They want to create something new. Everybody wants their name on something that's going to be the next big thing in Star Wars. Everyone wants to be the next George Lucas. Everyone wants to be the next Dave Filoni. You know, everyone's looking at Dave Filoni like, oh my God, trust in Filoni. Filoni makes mistakes. Filoni makes mistakes all the time, okay? He's not bad. He's human. He's going to forget all of the intricacies of all of this lore that's been going on for years and years and years and years. Let him be. Let Leslie be. They make a few mistakes. But in general, the idea of everything that they're talking about actually makes sense. Jeremy, calm. I know that it's so easy to hate on this. It really is. It's like, you know, when you see all that kind of stuff, you're like, fuck, what are you doing? Like, it makes sense. It's been that way before. George Lucas designed it like that. But like George Lucas said himself, when you give it up, you truly give it up. It's not like, oh, you know, Disney's the worst for changing it. They own it now. They own the rights. They can do whatever they want. Yeah, we're not going to be the biggest fans of it, sure. But I mean, George Lucas gave it up because of the toxic fans that are ripping into the Acolyte right now. If you want Star Wars content going forth, you have to allow yourself to fucking like it. Just like it. You know, I see all these comments online. This is such a deviation. I will get back into it, don't worry. I see all of these comments online and people are going, you know, it takes more for me to be entertained than people who accept this kind of garbage. What do you mean, this kind of garbage? Bro, how about you go and write a whole plot, everything to do when it comes to character design, when it comes to all of the development, all of the scenes, every single scene, frame by frame, work through it, make your own show, come back, and then you can start complaining. And then you can talk about your superior intellect. Brother, I like Star Wars because I like Star Wars. It doesn't mean that you have to be some fucking genius in order to like a lightsaber swishing around and smacking against each other, or someone forced choking him, daddy, just because they can. Bah! All of you guys need to chill the fuck out, all right? Chill out. Look, I'm not a Disney stan. I'm not like, oh, well, all they're doing is right, and well, all their content is good. No, I know it's not good for parts of it, but how are you hating on stuff like this? How? Actually, how? It just weirds me out that you guys can always find so much to hate. Always. Happy to debate anyone. Guys, look, I'm going to be nice about this because I think everyone's got their own opinions. That's the thing with Star Wars. It's like you've got this insane universe that you can tap into and just be like, oh, this is everything that I could ever do, right? And you could move that character there and that character there and this character here and do this to this person and this and this. And it all makes sense, but it's just not going to happen all the time. If you've been watching this channel, you've seen that I've got a lot of stuff wrong, but I've also got a lot of stuff right. When I get things wrong, I'm like, man, dang nabbit. But I'm not like, Disney sucks. Disney sucks. I'm so much better. I would make the best Star Wars movie that anyone has ever seen, including any of the ones that have been made by George Lucas. I will fucking stand my ground on that one. Trust me, I would make a 10 times better movie than anyone right now. Give me the reins, Disney. Give me the reins. Woo! Okay, let's get beyond the point. Look, you know what I mean when I say let's just love. Let's just love. It doesn't mean you have to love every scene, but find something you love. Far out. I was hating episode 3, and then I see Kafar, and I'm like, oh, it's gorgeous. I see the eclipse in that we are one, we are many. Beautiful. There's always going to be things to like, okay? And I just hope that the people who are watching this, please just attempt to like it. Just attempt to like something, and maybe in the end we'll put everything together and be like, you know what? Overall, it wasn't the best. Maybe it's not ever going to be your favorite, or it's not anywhere near any of the top 10s. But at least you found things to like. That's all I want to take out of this. But speaking of the show, and let's talk about, some of what some may consider the downfalls. But I actually don't really think it is a downfall. I just think it's confusing. The Jedi are really the main runners of this show. I thought it was meant to be Sith planned. Like, if everything's meant to be about the Sith, and everything is just leading towards being Jedi, why do you want to call this a Sith perspective? Oh, because there's a good amount of Sith in it. That's the one thing that I'm kind of sitting back going, brother, every episode we've been the Jedi, okay? I want to see the Sith. I want to see, like that scene when Mae is going up there, and then to the Sith face guy, he's like, and you're like, oh my God, I'm literally like juicing my stomach juices everywhere. Like, that's dark side. That's Sith. I want to see the progression of the Sith. I think we were kind of sold a little bit of a different view. It feels very safe. But I think this was meant to be something a little different. This was meant to be out there, like completely opposite to anything that we've ever seen before, in a time that really only Legends has explored. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. We're getting cool stuff, but like, it's not Sith. It's not really Sith-esque. And they're kind of just trying to make a lot of the characters into ones that we've seen before. I'll give you an example. Yord is trying to be Obi-Wan so badly, and he's failing miserably. Absolutely miserably. Now, this is not Yord or the Charlie Bennett, the guy who was doing it. I think that's his name. It's not his fault. I just think the writing in this, like, they're really trying to force him into being that goody two-shoes Obi-Wan Kenobi kind of thing. But Obi-Wan, I mean, he was good because he was loyal to the Jedi as a whole, right? Like the Jedi itself, it was good to be able to aim to be someone like that. Not like,
well, actually, according to this, and this section of this book, well, you gotta do this.
it's like, no, that's what Yord is. He's kind of like that. He's kind of like that, the guy who sits up the front of the class. I used to sit up the front of the class, and he's just like, off the teacher, you know. Yord is just on his knees constantly to the Jedi, and I honestly, I don't really like it. So, if they try to further him and try to make him a little more like Obi-Wan, even more, I'm just, I'll switch off that character. Charlie Bennett, mate, you've done a fantastic job with the writing that you've been given, and you are an actor playing a character. Okay, you're not a character playing a character, unless we're in Inception. You are an actor playing a character. I don't blame you. Honestly, you've done a fantastic job if you're making me hate you. But beyond the point, I don't think that he's actually meant to be like this. I think they tried to make him someone different, and then it's just, he's getting a little more hate, as well as because of the videos that are out there on the internet, and it's like, well, Anakin blew up the Death Star. Look, actors slip, okay? Don't let it cloud your judgment. Just understand that the character is the character, okay? Don't blame the actor. Another thing I will say about the Jedi as well, though, is I don't like the lightsabers. I'm going to be the one to say it. I don't like them. I really don't like this big, fat fucking hilt. You know, where you're just like, no, this is meant to be a time of elegance. The lightsabers should be sleek and well-maintained and shiny and beautiful and golden, you know? Like, this is the high point of the Jedi. It's the High Republic. They can't just be these big, fat sausages that they're like, it's cool, but you can't do the same kind of tricks like the Obi-Annie, you know? I know with this one, like, this one's quite wide. This one's quite wide, and I can't do that whole flickaroo because this is too heavy. This is too wide. Now, I know why they did it. They did it so that they can actually have a real blade with real light, and you can actually get the effect properly when you're filming. Mad respect. The technology's just not there for it yet, I don't think. If it worked better in the prequels and the original trilogy, stick to that, brother. Also, it's kind of like that nostalgia, right? Yes, futuristic stuff is awesome. Continue with all that kind of shit and development, but I don't know. I'm here for nostalgia. I want to see lightsabers look the way they have for like tens of years. You know, I mean, look, personal preference, but I'm very curious what you guys think. So if you've seen up this far, you haven't turned off my rambling, tell me down below. Tell me in the comment section. Do you prefer the lightsabers now, or do you prefer them what they were before? You know where I sit. Yeah, and also, like, the last little point there, I've written down here, the Jedi seem to be fodder. Like, I mean, there's that one dude, you know, with the with like the ponytail. The whole time I was watching it with my roommate, we were like, "Yep, that dude's dead. That dude's dead for sure. He's gone. Like, bye. Have a good one." He's the first one. I mean, it worked out that it wasn't him first, but like, he's gonna die, 100%. You got all of these cannon fodder. All these cannon fodder characters where you're just like, come on, the Jedi are meant to be stronger than this. Like, they're meant to be the police force. How can you be a police force when you've got like these low-level security guard-esque people? Moving on towards the end of the episode, because guys, I mean, I've only got a little bit left, but oh, it gets juicy from here. I just saw a couple of points that I put in. Ooh! Mae and Osha want to be Jedi. What the fuck is this? It's meant to be about the Sith. What the hell are they doing? Why are they trying to make Mae want to be a part of the light? We saw her And she's like, maybe I can't kill Kelnacca. All right, I'll just go give myself in. I'll completely get rid of all of the things that I was so passionately caring about for the whole 3 episodes before this. And I'm just going to tie up the only dude that has ever helped me. And then I'm just going to, walk off and go give in the secret. First of all, what secret? No, but I'll get into that. But, like, it's just such a shit switch up. How are you changing someone that quickly? A character who needs to be bad to be able to have a bad side of the show. But then Osha as well, you could see her when she was in the Jedi Temple and she's talking to Sol, and she's there and she's like, you want me to be a Jedi? And he's like, no, not yet. She's like, oh. She wants to be a Jedi. She can feel the Force in her. Look, personal theory. I think that Mae and Osha are going to team up against that toothy Sith face guy. All right? He's going to be the big bad villain in the end, sure, who reveals an even bigger bad villain. But Mae and Osha are going to be the one to take him down. Because they are one. They are many. We'll see. Look, okay. The biggest fucking thing in this episode for most people, but not for me, because, look, I watched Beyond the Dune Sea. I'm a mega fan of Beyond the Dune Sea. A lot of my stuff you'll see is so Beyond the Dune Sea. Beyond the Dune Sea-esque. Even like the way I set up the show, the way I talk about stuff, it is all inspired by them. They are the best channel ever. Anyways, at the very start, they said Qimir is going to be the evil Sith guy. First of all, I wrote it off. I was like, what are these guys talking about, you silly cuckoo crazy coconut people? Bah, get out of here. But I think they're right. God damn it, this whole episode, I think they're right. The more I've been watching it, the more I'm like, God damn it, they killed it. They have, I think, hit it smack bang right on the fucking money. I mean, look. Qimir and Sith toothy face guy have not been seen in the same room together. It's like Batman and Bruce Wayne. You never know. But why does he have a little tan line here? No, but seriously, like, you haven't seen them in the same room, sure. How the hell was Qimir able to make his way all the way through that super dangerous forest that even Mae was like, yeah, I don't think even the Master would be able to get through here. It's dangerosity. You could see the way he was even being talked to by her. And he's like, I don't know, I owe him something. Mae is a bloody idiot if she hasn't picked that up already. And then she just decides to hog time and woo, all the way up there, and he sits there. Now, this is the one thing. When Mae says to Qimir, she goes, I'm going to tell them about all of his secrets. And he goes, he will kill you. Oh! Brother! He is the evil Sith faux show. Like, I won't accept anyone else. But I do think, hey, look, first of all, I admit I was wrong. I'll admit I was wrong. I was wrong before. But if Qimir is this evil tooth Sith guy, then we've got a bigger problem for the guy who's above him. Because this situation is very much like Dooku and Asajj trying to take over Palpatine. I think there's an even bigger threat than him. And if he's as powerful as he was at the end when he's like, whoosh! Well, who the hell is going to be above him? Is it Plagueis? Is it Tenebrous? Is it Darth Bane? Who knows? But I am all here for it. Again, we haven't seen any of their faces in Legends. In canon. We've only seen them in Legends. So, it is very plausible that this toothy Sith face guy could be one of them. I hope they don't do it. They've muddied the waters so much already. Like, we've already got the character designs. We've already got all of their rich history. Leave it. Leave it. You keep it the damn same. Mainly as well because I'll have to purge myself of all of this information that I've built up over the years. Anyways, yeah, just that those facial expressions where he just goes, oh, he'll kill you, brother. Now the one thing I'll say, let's just say that Toothy Sith guy is Qimir. Yeah. The one thing that I found was so interesting was his entrance, okay? When Toothy Sith face guy came in, all right, he came in on this side, and it looked like he was on his shoulder, or Osha's shoulder, the whole time. What is that reminiscent of? The devil. All right, you've got the light, and you've got the dark, or in this case, light and dark. I think that Toothy Sith face guy helped to create the twins, waiting for his payment to be due, and then he has that little part of them, that little darkness. It's attached. He's going to be the one that maybe tries to change Osha. Mae is lost. Is Osha truly lost? Is she going to go back to the Jedi? So many questions. But Toothy Sith guy is the devil on Osha's shoulder. That's what I'm certain of. He's going to be the one to be able to turn her into whatever she is going to be in the future of this season. So I'm keen to see where it goes, but I hope that they can team up, both Mae and Osha, to fight this guy, and they use all the power of many into this dude. So cool! So cool! And last little point that I've got here. Last little point. Sol can feel Toothy Sith guy's presence. He can feel because he's met him before. I think that Sol could have potentially made a deal with the devil. We just talked about the devil on Osha's shoulder. I think that Toothy Sith guy could be the deal with the devil that Sol made to be able to take Osha, and then it was, you can keep Mae. You know that she's going to be dark. She's not going to change to be a Jedi. I will take the good one. You can take the bad one. And if that's the case, if that's the sins that he needs to atone for, brother, that is some good writing. Because we have seen no faults with Sol. He's been the best guy all the way through. He hasn't even told Osha why he feels so bad for everything that he's done. So I find it quite interesting that he's been pushed as the best guy ever. I think he's got the worst sin. He's made a deal with the devil, and he's now going to come through with his payment. Is it hot in here, or is it just the takes from Bloore on Mandalore? Well, wow. That's pretty damn cool. Now, I mean, probably some of you guys are thinking, Jeremy, is that a new cup? Yes, it is, baby. I got some fan mail. And they sent me through a whole bunch of these cups. Now, I know who it was. And I know that he's not watching this right now. But I'm going to tell him, the day that this releases, I'm going to tell him, basically, my beautiful girlfriend has the best family ever, and they really wanted to be supportive of the channel, and they tried to do like a hide. They tried to hide the like this present at my front door to be like, oh my god, you got fan mail. They wrote a note and everything, being like, oh, you know, we love your channel and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely love you guys. Look, I would have known. Okay, I would have known that it wasn't someone who actually wanted to give me stuff. Look, I just want to say I love you guys. I love you so much, but I knew already from the start. I walked down and I saw TR and I was like, what's that? I got it like almost instantly. But anyways, we've upgraded now. We've upgraded the plastic cup to a glass cup. So guys, yeah, we're going sustainable here. Look, the last part of this, I know this is bloody gone on forever. The last part of this is my final word with my biggest disappointment in this whole episode. Kelnacca died off screen. What the fuck? Like, literally hyped him up the whole time. You get to see him in the trailers. For nothing. Literally nothing. It's like, oh, Master Kelnacca. You don't want to mess with him. It's the first time we've ever seen a Wookiee Jedi. Yeah, okay, I'm obsessed with Wookiees. Yes, sure. All right, I get it. But what the hell? Why'd you kill him off screen? At least give him a fight. Beyond the point, we got to see a little bit of what Kelnacca does on Kafar. Kelnacca on Kafar. The KK. Don't add another K. Qimir, the KK. Oh, God! That was a joke, by the way. If I didn't have to say that already. Oh, I'm going to get banned from this. Anyways, look, we all know the incident on the burning night, and everybody saw, if you saw my previous episode, I explained that Torben had a massive scratch down his face because I thought that he was possessed. I changed my mind. It was not Torben who was possessed and Kelnacca the one to be able to take him down. It was Kelnacca who was possessed and Torben the one who was being taken down. And there's proof. Now, if you look at any schizophrenic, any psychopathic person in any movie and you see them writing on the wall and they're like, and he was there, and he's, I'm not evil, I'm not evil. And they draw all of these inscriptions on the wall. What was there on Kelnacca's wall? Huh? On every wall, huh? It was the exact tattoo that Mae has on her forehead. Oh yeah. Kelnacca was possessed by the witches and turned on his Jedi people. Now, the one thing that I think he actually is excluding it, well, he's banishing himself onto this desolate planet is because he used his claws. Now, Wookiees have extendable claws that they are only allowed to use for climbing. It is with Wookiee tradition and Wookiee lore that they cannot use it for fighting at all. At all. And I think Kelnacca used it in that fight, and that's why he's got that big scratch down his face. If that is the case, Leslie, you got my damn vote. Because that is some serious lore packing right there into that juicy little package. Okay, look, is it the best way to show Kelnacca? No. Should we have seen more of him? Yes. Should he have died to Toothy Sithface guy on screen? Yes. But guys, you deal with what you get, okay? Honestly, if it turns out that he was the one that was possessed, I need to see it. I know we saw a bit in the trailer, sure, but I need to see it. I absolutely need to see it. You cannot hype up a character. We can't let them get away with this. Any show lately that's been coming out, Star Wars or not, they always hype up the wrong people and then boom, gone. It's like it meant nothing. It's like, okay, you knew what we were going to be interested in. Why the hell are you not showing it? Rant over. I just want to know what the hell happened, why Kelnacca was possessed and he used his claws. Is that the reason for him to be banished? We'll find out on the next episode. Guys, that honestly, that takes the cake. That's the end of the episode. But we've got some questions. Some questions. First of all, I'm going to give questions to you. And then I've got questions from the fans. So, I say in a voice like God. First question. What did Sol do on BRENDOK? I need to have the answers, okay? I need to have the answers for all of these. But, like, my biggest one is Sol. Come on. What did he do that was so bad? Was it the deal with the devil? Okay? Did he sell his soul for a child? And what is it with Star Wars and children? I don't know. Why did Ki-Adi-Mundi hide info from the council? Look, guys, I don't even really need to know this. I think it's going to be explained anyway. I just think he's a rat. I think he's an absolute rat. He's a bit of a fucking loser. Nobody likes him. If you like him, your name is Rayside. Nah, that's not a call out to you. She's done the funniest bloody cosplay as him. So good. But, yeah, no, like... He's a loser. He's a loser. What about the droid attack on the... Shut up. Shut up. You're a liar. You're a liar. Your pants on fire. Okay? Get out of here. Get out of here. Next one was Kelnacca possessed. Woo! Now, obviously, we saw all of the crazy inscriptions on the wall that was Mae's scar. Yes, we got to see Torben with the big claw marks, and we know that Wookiees are only able to use their claws for climbing. If they use it for fighting, they need to be banished. And he was banished. So why? Why? Why is he acting the way he is? Was it because he was possessed and he decided to fight and kill literally everyone, and he's the reason for all of their deaths? Crazy Wookiee rage! Yeah, you got an army? We got a Wookiee. I can do that because it's technically owned by the same company. Will Mae and Osha team up against Toothy Sith Guy? Blah! End of that. Look, I think so. It's kind of like, we know that Leslie was influenced by the Old Republic and all of those games. And you got to see in the cinematics the two twins, the light and the dark, and they're kind of like fighting all of these people together. Awesome. I think she just took that whole idea and she ran with it. We're going to see Mae and Osha team up against Toothy Sith Guy, and maybe they'll kill him. Sure. Who cares? And then we're going to see the real big bad. The real big bad wolf. Ow! Is it Bane? Is it Tenebrous? Is it bloody Plagueis? Or even, is it Palpatine? Who knows? We'll find out on the next episode. But for now, guys, thank you. Oh, wait, no! I got questions. I put out on my Instagram every week. I'll put it out for all of you Americans just before we do the... just before the episode drops. Maybe you can tell me what you think is going to happen, and then you can answer it later. Who cares? You can just talk about it either way. Respond, talk about it. Let's just find out. All right, so this week I asked the question. I said, what are your thoughts on the latest episode? Did it redeem episode 3, and who's your favorite character? So many questions asked me down below, and people did because they're kind of goated. All right. So first of all, we have Darth Christensen 17. Darth _ Christensen, sorry, just in case. What's your favorite Mandalorian episode? Oh, brother, final of season 2. That doesn't look. It doesn't apply to this, but anyone who's watching, put anything in there, anything, anywhere. Just chuck in whatever question. I'm just going to answer it live. What's your favorite Mandalorian episode? Oh, brother. Okay, yeah, end of season 2. End of season 2 for sure. But favorite episode that the Mandalorian was in was the one with Book of Boba Fett. Oh, when he's like getting shot at on the back and he's like with the bloody darksaber and he's like so cool. So cool. Yeah. Oh man, I love you for asking that because I love being reminded about my undying love for the Mandalorian. So thank you, and it's good to see a new face around here in the questions. Obviously, you're not a new face. I've seen you around quite a bit, and I thank you for interacting. Next person, we have Tales from Peridia. What a channel! Guys, give them a follow. They are so cool. It's maybe or maybe not Star Wars Nerd 00 in disguise. He says, dude, that ending. Justice for Kel. Oh, brother, we're on the same page. I didn't screen any of this, and I know we're on the same page here. Oh, yeah. Dude, justice for Kelnacca. He died off screen. At least give him a warrior's death. Come on. Look, I'm obsessed with Wookiees. I am going to be biased, okay? This is probably not everyone's biggest gripe with the episode. Everyone's probably thinking about Kiala Mundi. No, I'm thinking about... I'm thinking about Kelnacca. I'm always there. Star Wars Nerd 00. Dude, this episode was so good. I'm back on the intrigue train. Yes, abso-fucking-lutely, brother. I was always there. I don't want to say that I'm the GOAT. No, no. I've actually always been on this hype train. Mainly because it's not finished yet. He says the exact same thing, by the way. Don't anyone go and hate him. Yeah, look, I'm super intrigued. There's so many questions. So many more questions this week than last week, which is why I think that episode 1 and 2 should have been separate, and then 3 and 4 should have been together. I move on. Next question, we have Nick Gallo. He's the guy that got me these glasses. He says, what's your unbiased opinion on the show so far? Brother, what a question. What a question. I gotta have him on someday. Unbiased opinion on the show so far. They don't know how to write a story that actually shows the Sith as good and Jedi as bad. They're trying to make it seem like if the Jedi do bad things, they're inherently bad, and the Sith are good because they're just misunderstood. You know, there's a lot of nuances that you can do to be able to work around that and not actually show. Not actually tell. You can show. I mean, we learned it as kids. I hope that the storyline kind of picks up and it's not so much tell. It can be show. Like Kelnacca. You know, when I was talking about before. Oh, God, I got so serious. Like Kelnacca, when he was having all of the inscriptions on the wall. That's a show. That's a show. We know he's possessed. We know he's crazy. Next question. Star Wars Sith 66. Basil is the Sith Lord confirmed. He ran away to change outfits. Brother. Basil, unpopular opinion. Basil is the sexiest person in the Acolyte. That cute little face. Oh, God, I'd ravage him. I would ravage Basil with consent. Absolutely love Basil. He is very sexy. And I think he is the evil Sith as well. Because, I mean, so clearly, we haven't seen them in the same room together. Okay, it's a classic Batman situation here. But guys, that's going to be it. That is going to be it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know this has been a longer episode. I noticed. I'm sorry. I know this has been a longer episode, but thank you so much for joining along. I hope you enjoyed it. I needed to rant. I was literally shaking. I was like, I need to tell them. I need to tell them. I love you all. Every single one of you. Every single one of you. If you made it to the end here, I'm going to do this again. If you made it to the end here, just say, I love being a Mandalorian. Okay? And if you don't love being a Mandalorian, then just say, I'm grateful for new Star Wars. And if you're not grateful for new Star Wars, you can say, hell yeah, death sticks. Yeah, that just reached every single part of the audience. But guys, I love you. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll catch you in the next episode. Let's do this shit. I'm so keen to see the rest of this season. Goodbye.